Marky Worthington podcast all day.
All day.
Dream by night.
Don't buy me a drink. Just give me $10.
Oh, dude, you look sweet. Yeah, you got a big beard, dude.
Go down to the strip club with your floppy disk and turn it into a hard drive.
Yeah, right. Thrown out by Big Tony.
We're here to name names and make people feel more ashamed for shit that they're not proud of.
Me and my best friend, Marky Worthington.
No, whatever it is.
Hello and welcome to the Marky Worthington Comedy Podcast. This is episode 110. Some of you fellas have been on the show before, Jack, Dave, Luke, but welcome to the show. This is a special pre-wedding edition. I've got one of the groomsmen and one of my best mates from growing up, Kobi Parsons. How you doing, man?
Yeah, great, brother. How you been?
Mad, yeah, fuck yeah. We'll just keep going. Announce yourself.
Yeah, Lukey Worthington.
Yeah.
Jack, you know me.
Liam Parsons,
Yep,
South Coast brother.
Yeah, Kobe's cousin Liam, grew up with him as well.
And Dave Taylor, a.k.a. Downy Dave.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, because whenever I do videos online and I'm just like doing clips and I'll just be like, "Oi, Soundy Dave, get the house music up" or whatever. Some people thought I was calling him Downy Dave. So, so now everyone's just...
probably fitting.
now they just call him Downy Dave. This is, I don't know what we're going to call them. The ones when we're drinking, we call them blast casts. But yeah, we're just going to be talking shit from growing up. We've already been yakking on a bit. I was saying before we got into it, anyone that would just walk in and see this, we're all sitting around in my shed. It would just look like someone discovered the fucking the Yowie man just come in and it's just like, oh fuck, no one's gonna believe me if I tell anyone, but there's a bunch of cunts just down the back of Marky's place talking shit in the shed, drinking fucking whiskey and smacking along. But yeah. But we all have, like, different sides of every story, so I'd be mad to, like, put them all on the table and be like, nah, because that's what happened here. I remember that lad was with that dude, and then this happened. Can't name names, though, so don't try to get any ideas. Fucking AFP getting in on this guy.
Dirty dogs.
But yeah, as we mentioned before, this is the night before my wedding, so I'm recording this on the night before I'm going to get married, and I've got best man Lukey, groomsman Jack, and Dave and Kobi as well, and fucking Liam coming along just to hold the pack together. So yeah, all the groomsmen all in one place at one time. It might not mean a lot right now, just us talking about shit, but one day when we're like older or we have kids of our own and that, I can just show them this and be like, this is a point in time just before I got married.
This is the Bucks party.
This is the Bucks party.
Yeah, so cheers,
Hello,
boys.
future us. Hello.
Yeah, cheers and fucking...
Yeah, woo.
Cheers, boys.
I don't have a drink.
Yeah.
Jack fucked up.
I'm going to start off the bidding. We were chatting before this about like stories from growing up, and I was just like, no, we need to save this one for the podcast. Kobe made a mad reference. This is just before phones started getting good. They're like the flip phone. You just record anything. You remember? You just you'd see something, mate. You'd be like, fuck, I can record that now. It's like the beginning of
the old Motorola days.
Yeah.
When you're about to do a mad fart too, you just quickly whip the phone out. Just
Everyone had like 100 sound files on their fucking phone, but it was just the tail end of the fart. You couldn't get your phone out in time to record.
This was dead set the days when you couldn't get a ringtone. You actually was like recording a load off the speaker.
Help this song, help that lad. And someone would call you and you'd be like, "Oh no, let it ring out. I like this song."
Bluetooth back then was a godsend.
Yeah, dude.
It was just like Pokemon, but you'd catch songs instead.
I'll go back, man. My first phone didn't have Bluetooth; it had infrared.
Oh yeah, infrared.
And you had to do the fucking. You get
like right close to each other.
You had to do the dance to make it do it because it'd pick up quicker.
I remember the old flip phone. Me and Tremaine used to cut me cousin Tremaine. No, we used to sit there and we'd try and pause Dragon Ball Z to get the mad photos on the phone. And you'd pause it, but the pause screen would be in the road, so you're like, shit, you'd be like, oi, cuz, quick, just unpause it real quick. 3, 2, 1, bang, bang, and then try and get it multiple times. And then you try and get mad background, powering up, and they'd power up and do moves. Oh, you fucking record that. That'd be like a mad, ringtone, eh?
Getting mad samples.
Cuz, call me. Oh, you have like the Bluetooth 1, Bluetooth 2, or video 1, video 2, and stuff.
Yeah, that's actually so funny, man. Like, we get the, the random you'd have to keep text messages under 160 characters. Remember that? And
Yeah, dude.
Kids these days won't understand the hassle of predictive text, eh?
Yeah. Dude,
dude, and if you did have it on, it was the dumbest cunt, like the fucking gumbiest cunt you ever had. You'd be saying, was it? It'd be like, when? You'd be like, no, cunt, like fucking like.
It was 2, 2, 4, 6, 7. You know.
Yeah, if you wanted an A, Dad hit the cunt 4 times. It was the Wild West. But yeah, the fucking I had a phone that had infrared and Bluetooth, so I was like the data dealer. Like, people had come up with their old phone and their new one and be like, well, I need all those ringtones off my old phone onto my new one. And I'd be just sitting there like, all right, transfer them all over via infrared and then just Bluetooth it to them. They'd be like, oh, fuck, you don't need to hold them together. I'm like, yeah, it's the way of the future, man. Yeah. Fucking, yeah, but, like, you get all the mad films. Oh, the best one, though, was... the mad one that Kobi had, the fucking, like, when the original voice recognition. Remember one, like, the old man, I won't mention names, Kobi's old man's just got the fucking mad, like, the voice thing. He's like, home, and then it just fucking, like, it's just a recording of him going, dialing, home, and then just fucking... Fucking just like in the Rago, just like trying to do the quick call home. Yeah, that was the days, man. Fucking, we'd go like camping in the backyard.
That was a slide phone. I still remember that phone.
Yeah, home. Fucking. But like, I remember one time we went camping in the backyard and just ran like a lead cord off the shed and just had Halo sitting there on an old TV, just playing Xbox, just in the backyard with a tent.
In the tent.
Just fucking, or just like, remember once woke up in the middle of the night because the fucking Monster Garage, like, DVD menu's just, like, blaring off its head. It was like 3 o'clock, we both just passed out. It's just like, Monster Garage. Meanwhile, Kobe's old man just standing at the door. You want me to turn that off or what? Like, get up to take a piss in the middle of the night, just hears that blaring.
Yeah, just pumping in the backyard out of the tent.
That brings back the memory, like, you know, when you'd fall asleep with the DVD and then the old privacy thing would hit, you know, you'd be asleep and then it'd be like, on the DVD, you're like, holy fuck, you know, like you fell asleep.
The old
piracy thing on the DVD, you're like, holy shit.
You're getting robbed, you like wake up.
In a full panic, just going, what the
pull out the Stanley knife, ready to fucking film piracy. Yeah. But, like, I remember, you ended up just filling up, just getting random photos and shit like that. I remember one time...
That was good, thank you.
Yeah, it went down too well.
Yeah, it was deadly.
Yeah, so we were sitting in the I have to try and like touch some of these stories up a little bit so they're not fucking like too long-winded or fucking incriminating. So we're sitting in the kitchen, fucking Luke's having a good night, and we're just sitting in there. Got the laptop in front of him, but just like fucking like looking around. Just fucking
zonking.
And then I'm like, this is gonna be mad, start filming it. And he's just going like, oh, fucking man, those he's talking about like when like the Vietnam vets had to cross the water. They'd have to hold their guns above their heads. And he's just like got his laptop and he's like, oh man, the fucking water's rising. I gotta hold my laptop. Just sitting in the kitchen, just going like, man, I need to fucking hold me water. The water's rising, man, fuck. And then he just looks out the kitchen window. It's like fucking curtains open. It's literally pitch black, and he's like, fuck, man. So bright outside. And I literally had the Spielberg moment of just tilting the camera out the window, pitch black.
Dude, and that was the same night that like so when I leveled out a little bit and I'd migrated from the kitchen bench, like fucking got over my fear of the room filling with water and was like sitting in the fucking lounge room, and Dad had half renovated the house by this point, but Dad would do everything in a fucking house except all the little things, so it'd just be weird shit missing off the fucking thing.
Like the door handle's just a hole with it.
Yeah. So the main one was it had like the old fucking smoke detector before he started renovating. There was like this fucking big, and the pilot hole for it that was sticking through was like this because the cunt was this deep. So there's just this hole on the roof
audio
like that.
listeners are like this.
Yeah, like
just picture a toilet roll.
But because I'm fucking scared of spiders and I'm still zonkered, I'm sitting there talking to Mark, and every 5 minutes I'm going like fucking like staring up at the roof, going like, oh fuck, like I'm fucking like, oh no, it's cool, it's just a hole in the roof, and then talking to Mark again, and then just being like, oh fuck. Mark's just like, dude, you can just move and not sit in the lounge room and not be scared by the hole in the roof every 10 minutes.
Yeah, those were fucking good ones, man. Like there was that one, and then what's the other one? There was
The night we fucking drank, Mum had that bottle of fucking, was going to make a fruit cake or something. She brought like the fucking 1 litre of cooking brandy.
yeah, and then Luke and I just go and swig
Swig
on
it
the
up.
brew.
Just swig it up. And that was like taped.
Dude, do I still have that photo?
I've got it, man.
Yeah, yeah.
So I scotch taped like a set of like fucking Mum's sunglasses to Mark's head.
Ones. You got to remember though,
the
Mum
old
had the
bug
old
eyes,
school
yeah.
bug eye ones.
Yeah, so like I taped that to fucking Mark's head, and I was like on the phone. I left like a 20-minute voice message to the Sheila I was like chatting to at the time, laying under the coffee table, and then I was just like, all right, man, we should go to the fucking kitchen. There's no more sherry left, but if we drink enough vanilla essence, we'll get more fucked up. We're in the kitchen. Mark's fucked by this point.
He's doing a bit of cooking by the sound.
We're cooked, man.
Mark's fucked by this point. I was already a bit of a fucking booze hound, so I was like, like handling it a little bit fucking better. And then I was just like, all right, we should go. I was like, the fun was over. Mark had the sunglasses taped to his head. I was sobering out a little bit, and I was like, all right, we should go to bed. I was like, oh, Mark, you got to keep it down, man. You're going to have to commando crawl up the hallway to go to your bedroom. So, no carpet. Dad's still renovating the house. So, it's like hardwood floor. Mark's just like fucking like elbows and knees on the hardwood floor up the fucking hallway. Sunglasses taped to his head. And this is one of them, thinking back to it later. I was just like, what the fuck? Dad comes out of his room, looks down the hallway, turns on the fucking lights. Mark's on his staunches up the fucking hallway with a pair of sunglasses taped to his fucking head. I'm just sitting at the back of the hallway, just like watching Mark, like, you know, like crawl up the hallway. He's like, you boys right? And like Mark just goes, looks up at him and just goes, yeah, man. Dad just looks at him and just like, keep it down, it's a fucking school night.
Fuck, man. It's like the first time we were fucking with. So outside, Dad built this shitty little deck, like just a landing spot, so that like he didn't just go out the back door and there's like a 4-foot drop.
Yeah, 4-foot drop.
Yeah. And it had the hot water system and that on there. It's just like a little shitty deck.
Yeah, there's the old Thomas Street.
Yeah, the old Thomas Street house.
Yeah, the way.
And he painted it mission
With
brown.
the upside down deck.
Yeah.
Oh no, that was the other one. That was the
first house
B&B.
with Birdie.
Yeah, we
With
fucking Birdie, man.
Yeah,
Had the fucking shotgun and the killers under the wings.
Dude, so we had 2 houses on the same street. So the first one was Thomas Street, but so was the other one. They're both on Thomas Street. But the first one, it was like a B&B, and they fucking renovated it, and they built a full deck, and on decking boards, there's a ribbed side and there's a flat side. They put it rib side up, and they're like, oh, it's for the grip. And all that happened was it filled with water, grew moss, and was slippery as fuck. So you'd be like, oh, nice day to go out.
Yeah, that long catwalk down the back, you slide down the hole.
It's awesome.
Dude, Mark and I were talking about that before. How mad would that place be as a baddie pad now with like 80 of your mates?
Yeah, bloody oath.
Because like it had like six bedrooms, but it had like 20 fucking bathrooms in the cunt. Like it was just like
it used to be a B&B, but then they rented it out, and it was mad because every bedroom had an ensuite. There was no main bathroom, just everyone had their own bathroom.
Yeah,
it was sick.
Yeah, it was mad. Didn't have to walk far for a leak.
Yeah.
Except for if you were down the backyard, because it was like a fucking quarter-acre block with no lane access.
You did have to walk far to take a leak. But if you walked too far, you'd slide down the deck and end up down the main. Like, it was like a mad trap. There's like, all right, there's a toilet right there, but good luck getting to the fucking thing.
Slide past the door, straight past it.
Like Crash Bandicoot with the ice levels, and you just got to like walk hell careful, or you just go down the hole. But yeah, so we had 2 places there, and out in the back deck that Dad built at the new place, we had a chair where like the arse fell out of it. So Dad made like a mad, like construction prison style chair out of it, and he just made it out. He got a piece of whiteboard from the kitchen, and just fucking like when he was doing the carcasses for the kitchen cupboards, he just made like a chair where the seat was a piece of whiteboard. And the backing was a piece of whiteboard, like hell ghetto, fucking, like rock hard, barely sit on it. Yeah. He used to just use it to like put stuff on, but not sit in, just like a little workbench. Yeah. We had it out on the back deck, and I thought it'd be a fucking mad idea to cover it in metho and light the cunt on fire. So we just had a mad flaming fucking chair.
Dude, it went deeper than that, but it wasn't just that. It was the celebratory chair fire whenever you passed the level on the game you were playing at the time. So it wasn't just the once, it was every time you passed a level, I'd just like walk past and you'd just be out on the back deck with this chair on fire.
Yeah, it's the ritual, man. So yeah, Luke comes out. I've got the chair on fire, lad. I'm just like Rammstein in the backyard, just doing my own pyro and shit. And fucking once Luke walks out, I get hyped, and I've still got the metho bottle in my hand.
Take a swig. Yeah, where's the orange juice, Luke?
Oh, fuck, this needs some cut in it.
Fuck, that's rough.
Yeah. So fucking Luke just comes out, and I'm just like, oh, Luke, check this out. And I just fucking threw the metho, like, at the chair fire, like, splashed it like I was, like, fucking christening it. Like, I just, like the priest lad. Like, so I just fucking, so I just fucking splash it at it, and it just pours all over the chair, spills all over the deck, and then goes under the deck, and the whole thing's on fire. And I was getting hyped and wanted to show him something new, and Luke just standing at the back door, sees the fucking potential hazard unfolding in front of him, and just shuts the door and goes back inside.
But I was just like, you were dating that Sheila at the time, so like, every weekend, Marky being the dude he was like, oh, you're hanging out at the fucking thing. It was also so we didn't have to do the child labour of helping Dad renovate a house. So he had the out, and I spent all the school holidays building that deck with Dad because I just like fucking wasn't doing anything. So I was just like, oh, Dad's going to be pissed off if he finds out you fucking burned down the deck, dude.
Yeah.
So like, a couple of hours go past, she's all fucking cool, and Mark's like, oh, it's alright. I'm like, oh, don't worry. I told him and he was chilled about it. He was just like, as long as the fire's out, boys. And then I'm like, that's mad. Well, if Dad's so chilled about it, let's go burn some more shit in the backyard. I go into Dad, like Dad's like sitting in the lounge room. I'm like, you know how Mark set the deck on fire earlier? And Dad's like, he did fucking what?
Yeah, the funniest thing is though, man, Luke's always been mad ride or die. Like, no matter how much of a bad decision I've made, he'll be in on it. But even then, he was just like, yeah, you're on your own. So the funniest thing is, I think the reason that we got away with it first is because when Luke went in to tell him, Dad was just trying to work out how to, like, fucking find out how to get, like, the best tit pics without looking sus, obviously. So he's just midway through being like, alright, if I type in, I don't know, fucking news, that might give me a lead. Like, you know, he's like trying to work out how to do it without being like sus. So it's just like, Luke's obviously told him, like, yeah, the deck's on fire. He's like, yeah, fuck it, whatever.
He's like, I'm so close to seeing Angelina Jolie's tit at the moment, bro.
This is in the day too where, you know, you actually had to wait for it to slowly load, and there's a head, there's the shoulders.
Dude, I'll go fucking further with that fucking shit. This is at the time, so again revolving around Dad renovating a house. A couple of years later, when I used to go out on like fucking Friday night, not come home from school, and just go from like school to drinking with my mates, and then just appear like a stray cat on Monday morning ready to go back to school again. Like, it's be like, the fuck you been all weekend? It's like, oh, I was out, like just getting fucked up in a paddock somewhere.
14-year-old Luke.
Yeah, dude, Mosey and Coffee Luke.
My hero.
So
That's it.
My hero.
yeah,
That's it. Yeah, Mosey in the coffee.
Yeah, Mosey in the... No, wait, let's talk about that for a second.
We'll come back to that. So
I gotta go to school.
my room was the storage room for whatever room Dad was trashing at the time. When Dad built the study, my room became the storage room for everything in the study. So the family computer was in my bedroom for like 6 months, which means at some point between the ages of fucking me being 13 and turning 14, someone other than me was looking at internet porn in my room on my computer.
That's so fucking mad, dude.
Yeah, Mosey and the Coffee, we had a family fucking gathering and our Uncle Dave rocks up like a champion with 3 bottles of brown musket, 2 casks of red wine, and drinks the brown musket and leaves the fucking red wine behind in the car. So they were sitting there. Nobody drank cask wine in our fucking family, except for me. Yeah. I was trying to think of a way to sneakily drink it without Mum and Dad knowing about it. But the only thing I drank regularly at home was tea and coffee. So I used to drink fucking coffee in the morning and then just like fucking go up to the Mosey sack and just fucking pour a bit in my coffee, think I was being discreet walking around with this like rose red fucking coffee.
Luke seemed kind of different.
Luke can actually think at school because he hasn't got all the extra thoughts.
Is it Makana or what are we talking about? Is that Makana?
No, Morris.
It's got a horrible smell. It's sour apples or some shit.
It's got a real fucking fruity taste to it.
Yeah, real fruity. It's good shit.
Nescafe blend 43.5.
It's like
$10.95 off the shelf.
It's like my buddy Dane Simpson's got this mad joke. He's just like, you think blend 43 is bad? You should try it. I was around for fucking blend 1. Well, I'll see if I can pull it up, man. Like, this takes me back to when we were in high school and we fucking, when we were in high school, Kobi and I used to do fucking woodwork. And I remember once you used to get wild dudes.
You used to do woodwork. I used to just fuck around.
Dude, I've still got the cabinet making instructions that you made, and it's like, step 1, drink 1 glass of Mosey.
No.
Step 2.
No, you don't have to remember.
Oh shit!
Right, so for the listeners and viewers, I'm about to read you the step instructions. We won't name names, but we had a fucking woodwork teacher. And he was going grey in the sides, but the middle strip of his hair was still black, like naturally, like a raccoon. And it looked like he had a mullet, like just a natural mullet. So we used to call him Mr. Mullet. And this is the steps of construction for year 9 woodwork. They're like, you can't just build a bedside cabinet. It's just like, why not? You built it. And they're just like, no, we want you to write out all the steps of how you built it so that you can pass the subject, because we don't want just physical, we need like theory. So we're like, yeah, all right. So we went into the computer room after the thing was already built and wrote the steps of construction. All right. Step 1. You need to scull a litre of Goon / Morris and coffee before attempting this unit of work. After you're off your tits, you can start to measure up some timber and then use the drop saw. To test if the blade is working, spin with fingers while squeezing the trigger tightly. In brackets, this may be a loss of fingers. Step 4. Glue all the pieces together and hope they turn out alright. Step 5. Measure up the door and cut pieces to fit. Step 6. Using a running chisel, quickly fall over and embed chisel in left nut. Glue the door parts together and route the wrong side. That actually happened. So I fully built the outside of my cabinet, and our woodwork teacher just came over and he goes, "Alright, you just want to route this up?" And he started routing it. I'm like, "That's the wrong side." And he goes, "I've already started now," and kept going. Like, I might have been able to salvage it, but he just decided, I'm just going to, I've already started now. Yeah. Like, literally over the top of the router, I was like, "Stop!" And he fucking was like, "What?" And I'm like, "You're fucking it up. It's got to be on the other side." And he goes, "Yeah, right." Just kept going. Stained cabinet with goon. When finished job...
Cherry red.
Yeah, get them.
I'm pretty sure I wrote these for my Year 12 project.
There's transferable skills.
Yeah, transferable, yeah.
When... So, before I read this next one... we used to... Our woodworking class, for some reason, was on the second floor. Like, most industrial arts are down the bottom because there's, like, heavy lifting involved. When you finally build something, you got to carry it out. Doesn't make sense to have it on the second story, but we used to. And the mad joke was just like, "Oh, well, if it's shit, we'll just fucking throw it off the edge." Like, just yeet it out the door.
Yeah.
Throw it over the balcony.
When finished job, throw it off the balcony and kick it into the gutter. In conclusion, this is Mr. Mullet's bedside cabinet. That's it. And Kobi and I, well, Kobi wrote most of that, to be honest, in fucking year 9. And like now...
Some of my best work.
Yeah, some of my best work. It's like, see how mad it is when we actually focused on something, how good it could be? Yeah. Those steps of constructions are mad. But yeah, we used to do heaps of fucking mad woodwork at school, just putting, like, building projects and that. It was like one of the only subjects that... Like, most of the kids that play up in other classes actually could focus in. Because it's like, oh, actually building something.
There's shit that can hurt you. That's dangerous. It's cool.
Yeah, that's right. Plus, you can focus more because, like, I might get fucked up if I don't pay attention here.
Yeah, but then there was some people like, "Oh, mate, in your fucking year."
Yeah, without naming names.
Yeah, straight away, you know, I'm fucking talking about the fucking bandsaw. Like, we say, what if I fucking do this? Like, don't do that,
so
mate.
many wild guys, man. I remember,
crazy.
Yeah, I remember, like, that same dude would just do the loosest shit. I remember one time in woodwork, we're doing the lathe. Like, we had the lathe on, and there was a little crank handle. You could just speed it up.
Yeah.
And it used to go up to, like, 2,500 RPM. But he's like, optimally, you'd want it about 1,000. And he's like, "Alright, yeah," puts it in there, shows him all how it all works and that. Next minute, he's just got it cranked all the way up.
Max revs.
Max revs. And then just walks over to the cabinet with all the, like, tools and that in it, grabs a mallet, and just from across the room throws it at the fucking lathe while it's spinning.
Oh, man.
And the teacher's like, "Oh, fucking stop, what are you doing?" He's just like, "Oh, I'm not meant to do that."
Well, to put it simply, was me and Mark were in what they call the U classes, so that was basically like the bottom. The bottom U was like the worst, you know.
Dude,
you know, like,
remember in
this is possible hope.
Yeah.
Remember in our year we had the fucking Y club because the letters of the fucking classes spelled out Maria. And there was like the Y class. It was just like, "Hi, you're in the U class," and it's like, "You think that's bad? You should see what the cunts in the Y class are fucking doing."
Our year was that bad they didn't even spell Maria. They just got to U and give up.
Yeah, man. We had heaps of mad ones. The best one though, from coming back, and Jack, you'll be able to fucking chime in on this one. Since you've just been sitting there fucking silent the whole time and roping in. Do you remember Shoulder Wars?
Yeah.
In the change room. So fellas, you boys were
In the change
PE
room.
change rooms.
PE change rooms, yeah.
yeah. So you fellas
C block upstairs there. Look.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. So we used to have, there was 2 funny mad fucking like stories from the change rooms that I remember. There was one which was the Shoulder Wars. So what had happened is, Shoulder Wars, if you fellas were the year below, a couple of years below us, what had happened was you'd get one dude at one end of the change room. Do you remember the change rooms upstairs? There was like a bench around the outside.
Yeah.
And you'd all have to get
It was
changed.
slippery as fuck.
Oh, it was like a death trap, dude. And do you remember one time we went up there and like one of the footy blokes was just completely naked showering?
Yeah.
Like he's
just like this normal.
desensitized. Yeah, and we were just like, what the fuck? Like we're just like, so it was weird. So we go up there. I remember one time one of the blokes was taking a piss and one of the dudes walks past and kicked him in the ass and he like full fell in the urinal. Like that's a horror. Like that's like a fucking nightmare. I have nightmares of like getting put in the urinal. Yeah. So
Don't eat the mince.
Don't eat the mince. Fucking spicy. So the shoulder wars, where you do one at one each end of the fucking of the change room, everyone around the outside, like Fight Club, and you just both run at each other, shoulder out, like the fucking jousting.
Basically jousting,
yeah, but just with shoulders.
Yeah.
And dude, there was this
half-naked 12-year-old.
Sometimes full naked 12-year-old.
There was always that one guy just like, I'm not doing it.
Yeah, there's been that one teacher like, so you guys going to shoulder war tonight? So just see the drill bit go through the hole in the wall. Come on, get shouldering.
Call that a shoulder.
Is that one woodwork teacher on the other side of him? Like, this is way better than upskirts at the fucking shopping centre.
Oh, this is going to get cancelled.
Got a bit of cedar. Got a bit of cedar in my pants.
Cedar's giving me redwood.
Yeah, I slightly turned to redwood.
Yeah. So, so there was one footy bloke that like everyone would try to get, like no one could beat him. And I remember one time there was twins in my year, and they're like, "All right, how about we go both the twins versus the cunt that no one could beat, dude?" And they both just fucking hit each other, and he like lifted and launched both of them at the same time. Like this is the closest they've been since they're in the sack, like. But Jack, you had some as well. I remember, like, because you're like the big dude as well. We're like, all right, let's do it. Do you remember any of the other shoulder wars you ended up doing?
No.
Don't you?
No, I don't remember a lot from my school. Like, I was... Nah, I don't remember shit.
I remember the Douglas
up.
Park fight.
Oh, the Douglas Park fights.
When we
tons
get
of
Jack going serious, we're like, no.
No, they stopped letting me play. I had to start fighting on my knees. That was fucking bullshit.
Every time it would be me and Marky versus Jack, but Jack was handicapped.
I had to stand on my knees because it wasn't fair.
Yeah, but here's the funny thing. If you weren't handicapped, we would have been by the end of it.
Yeah, bloody hell.
Yeah, it's just like, it's funny, like, Jack just gets the fucking, like the shark smelling blood. Like, as soon as he flips, it's just like, oh, we're fucked.
I swear there was a point there where he's on his knees and only had one arm. Like, you know,
I remember that.
It's like merely a flesh wound.
Barely a flesh wound.
Yeah, Douglas Park fights were mad. So yeah, we used to do that. I remember the first time I realised that, like, oh yeah, Jack's just an adult at school. Like,
Jack, wasn't it Cobes that you gave a concussion in primary school?
Unrelated.
We ended up in year 7. That was alright.
We got over it.
I remember the maddest thing was one dude.
Nah, you were good friends after that.
That's it.
Yeah.
Nothing better than a fight to bring blokes closer.
That's how I met all of my good friends in fucking school, pretty much.
Yeah, you have a fight, you're good. You know?
Okay, you ready for another one?
Oh yeah, sure. Yeah, just hold an empty glass. And,
Look, that's not going to get any fuller over there, lad. So I remember...
Just been waiting here for like the last 20 minutes for a drink.
I only got one can of mixer, dude. So anyway, I remember there's a few, like, one time, there was, just in the middle of where we used to sit, there was like this, like, planter box thing, like a caged, like, planter box thing for the science labs. Used to, like, grow plants and that in there. And
Plants. Siggy butts, man. That's what we used to fucking plant in there.
The Earth environmental science teacher was always, on the spectrum.
But you'd literally just throw one question at him and he'd be, like, blown away.
Yeah.
You'd be like, "Oi, sir, do they grow crops from seed?" And he'd be like, "Whoa, grow crops from seed and go into like a full rant about it.
Yeah, and then tell you about how fucking good Waterworld was. So it'll be just like in that movie Waterworld. It's like, we were just talking about fucking bedrock. How'd you get to that?
Dude, I feel like him leaving the school was just racking a line on the steering wheel and turning out, just being like... Yeah, so...
That was just him coming to school.
It was the other way.
Yeah, the other way, yeah.
Yeah, so... lefty loosey, righty tighty. But yeah, so... In the middle there, and like I remember one time, I forgot who it was, but he was cracking up at you, Kobi, and we're just sitting there going like, oh fuck, Kobe's about to like punch on with this lad. And he was just doing that hell like trying to like start you, but you wanted you to take the first shot.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And I just
Swing
remember
first,
like,
lad. Swing first.
Yeah. I remember the PE shorts were like mad, like
Yeah, like
stretchy.
that mad like basketball.
Yeah, yeah.
Dude, they were just moshes, man.
Yeah,
That's a fucking like high school
my
mosh.
shorts. Yeah, my shorts. Yeah.
And Kobe just goes like, he's like, fuck, can't start up or otherwise I'll just have to finish it. And the dude just goes like, he's like still like cracking up. Kobe just knee butted himself in the head. He's like, fine, I'll knock myself out. Can't fucking
just knee butted himself,
and then the dude just like was like, oh fuck, and walked off. And then Kobe just comes over. It's just like, fucking actually nearly did just knock myself out. He probably walked off thinking,
Yeah, the old knee one. Yeah, come on. I didn't think I can actually do it.
Oh, wee man, kick yourself in the head.
There were just a couple of like little tiffs that you'd see around the place, but yeah, they all seem to work themselves out.
Yeah.
I remember normally it was like pretty easy to resolve. Some of the years above us used to have like proper ones, like over girls or whatever.
Yeah.
But we were all just like playing
Dude,
around most of the time.
I remember like when in the mornings, your crew used to sit out the front of like in between fucking old Love's fucking office there, like facing out onto that front oval, or at least Marky used to sit there. And I remember old mate Spurgy cunt in your year. Fucking yeah. He fucking, I was watching him one day crawl under the demounal and pull out, like, he was like pulling out sticks and logs and stuff, like fucking, like coming out with the fucking, like and like he was collecting them. And I was just like, oh man, that guy's gonna do something. And then I seen him disappear around the corner, and I just seen this foot hit him in the fucking chest, and he just goes flying back on the ground. And he like come and pick up the log and start, and I was just like, oh, some dude's fighting that guy. Like, that dude just full tried to, like, use a log to hit the other guy over the head, but because the building was, I couldn't see it. And I was just like, oh, I fucking recognise that oversized fucking globe skate shoe. That's Marky cunt. And I, like, come running down. And it was, like, just out of nowhere, this guy just got it in his head that he was going to fight Mark. With the fucking, tried to, like, use the log to beat him up.
Thank you, good sir.
So fucking, I was just like, oh well, I'll run over and see if he needs a hand. I walk over and everyone's just like, you can't fight him, Mark. He's got fucking Asperger's, dude. Like, it's like, Mark's just like, Mark also Spurgy as fuck, didn't understand that he couldn't fight the other Spurgy.
Yeah, dude. I think you might have fucking
Hey, fuck, we're on the same plane.
yeah, fucking fighting on the same astral plane. Dude, I tell you what's fuck, man. I think I was fine before he hit me, lad. I'm pretty sure he gave it to me.
But then the same dude one time when y'all used to sit out front of the fucking library.
Yeah.
And I used to just bounce from group to group, and every now and again I'd be like, oh, go see what Marky's doing. So I like go up to the library, and like I'd seen you over in the canteen, and I was like, oh well, Jack's over at the canteen, Mark might already be up at the fucking library. And I go up there and everyone's just running out of the library like it was a fucking like school shooting or something, like fucking oh fuck, like don't go in there. And I was just
regular
like,
and
I was just like, oh, what the fuck? And I looked through the window, and old mate's in there throwing tables and chairs and shit. Like,
always
just fucking,
throwing shit.
just going off his nut. And I was just like, oh man, this guy's losing it. And then I looked through the little gap in the window, and once it was like he'd got pissed off that Mark had kicked him in the chest down in the oval, so he waited till Mark was in the thing. I looked through the window, and like everyone's run out. Old mate's throwing tables and chairs, and Mark's in there again, just fucking mopping the floor with the cunt. Like, the library teachers are there like, boys, stop! Like,
yeah, I'm just sitting there like, give me a reason, man. Fucking your Asperger's don't save you from me, man.
Yeah, bro.
Nah, but he was one of those guys, man. You're like, you like in hindsight, I'm like, man, they definitely should have had more support for cunts like that, eh? Like, we were the tail end of, like, before they actually understood, like, the spectrum a bit better. And and the funniest thing is, like, I feel like over the years, there's been not just more acceptance for it, but also more, like, support for it.
Yeah.
Like, when we're at school, you'd be like, oh, that guy's a bit different or whatever. But if he had the right support, he actually could have been like the next like fucking entrepreneur or whatever.
Yeah.
But just didn't have the right support at school. So
Yeah, he was alright some days. Like we hung out. He played wargaming with us for a bit.
Yeah,
that was good. Good stuff.
Hindsight's a wonderful thing, but I'd go back and kick myself in the ass for a few.
Oh,
days, so,
dude.
You know,
Oh, I did all the
I
time.
hated
All
young
the
men.
fucking
Yeah,
time.
giving Dave a hard time and stuff, and I'd kick
was
myself in the ass for a few things. Yeah.
You go back and knock yourself out again.
Dude,
I'll give you a knee bump, gun.
That's why you hit it so hard, man. It was you from the future.
Dude,
That's it.
But I'll tell you one thing you did that stuck, and he won't mind me calling him out by name on the thing. Young Tyrone, man, because whenever he'd be like across the school, I'd be like, oh, I wonder who I'm gonna go hang out with, or I'll go do something. I used to fucking like go charge darts in the fucking lunch break. It'd be like the other side of the school, and I'd just hear Tyrone, like just fucking. But when I live with him, because I was just so used to you hearing, I was like, that's the only way I could say his name. So it'd be like 10 o'clock at night, and I'd be like, anyone want to watch a movie? And he'd be like, yeah, we'll all watch a movie. Tyrone would be in his room, and I'd just be down in the lounge room. I'd be like, Tyrone!
I seen him at not good things last year, the year before, Gojira, and I seen him like in the middle of the marsh, let the lad out. He knew exactly who it was.
He looked straight up.
He's just like,
that's good when it's over the top of Gojira.
Oh yeah, it was awesome. Yeah, there was bloody a couple of thousand people there, just full moshing. Yeah, just let the big Tyrone happening.
I wasn't even at Maria High when Kobi was doing that, and I'd just be driving past in the council ute when I was in the bay, and just be like, Tyrone!
He's still like,
look and laugh, you know.
that's just still his thing. But like, if you just yell out his name is one thing, but if you yell at his name like that, he still throws down the little fucking the lad, like the fucking oi lad.
Yeah, you just hit him with it. He laughs. He fucking pisses himself laughing to it, like just down the main drag, like Beach Road at the bay.
Dude,
Be like,
he's
Tyrone! He just like look and giggle and be like, who the fuck was that? You know, like,
yeah, man. I started calling when I was living with him. It started as I got blind one night and like wrote a rap song for him, and it was called fucking
Post Tyrone.
No, dude. No, it was Tiddy Roan, like
that's even better.
Tiddy Roan, like Tiddy Roan. And
that's good, yeah, titty roll, bitch.
Dude, he was just like fucking. I like knocked the Mickey out of him so many fucking times, but now he's just like so humble and like you cannot fucking piss the cunt off. Fucking funny cunt, man.
Oh, well, it's one of those things. Like you yell it out and stuff. Like he knows that it's good, but if anybody else is to take the piss on him, we'd be like, hey. Pull your fucking head in, mate. You don't talk to him like that.
Yeah, it's just like, what the fuck, man?
Put some respect on that Tiddy Roan.
Yeah, Tiddy Roan. It's like you want to watch what Tiddy comes out of your mouth.
Yeah, like emphasise the T.
Yeah.
I think that's one thing that come with I do miss about like the South Coast in particular is it's shit like that is the camaraderie. Oh, the fucking I just fucked that up. But like fucking
camaraderie.
Thank you.
Camaraderie.
Camaraderie.
Yeah, I just
the
know.
fucking. You know what I mean? But it's like the like you give everyone.
Mike Wazowski.
Even like broader than just the friends group of the like fucking like remember it was always like the Maria lads and the Bay lads, and it's just like we give all the lads the shit, but it's just like the whoa, no, that's our guy. We give shit to, man. Like, what are you fucking doing giving him shit?
Yeah, it's funny. So like, my eldest brother, like he'd always call his mates, like he'd like, oh, that's my sister. You know, they call each other sister and everything. And one of them, I was out at the pub and we're just yarning away and stuff like that and everything. And he's like, we were just yakking away, and his missus sort of looked and was like, you know, who the fuck's this young cunt talking to me? You know, talking to my man, shit like that. And she's like, who are you? And then he just looked at her and just goes, oi, I'm his big sister, alright? So fuck up, you know, like, it was my eldest brother. He was like one of the boys, you know. Like when I was like knee-eyed or grasshopper, he'd like walking around with me, like look after me and stuff. And like his missus, which is now his wife, you know, got kids and stuff. And she's like, "Who's this bloke?" And he's like, "Oi, I'm his big fucking sister, alright? You back up a little bit, you know, to his missus, you know." And that's that sort of thing, you know. Like it's just Tyrone, you know, if someone else was like Tyrone and he'd be off that, he'd go, "Who the fuck are you, mate?" You know, that's my titty roan, you know.
That's my titty roan.
That's my titty roan, bitch.
And you know that as soon as you turned on someone, Tyrone had just turned around ready to rock, dude. It's like, just like someone cracks up at him and then he turns around, he's already got boxing gloves on. Just ready to fucking...
Titty roan, ready to titty round.
Ready to titty fuck, dude.
Ready to fucking titty roll.
I probably know how to throw them too.
With a name like Tyrone, you know.
You can't get him. The cunt's got no chin, dude.
How's all that fold towels?
Fold towels will put like a pillowcase on, you know. You get like hold, you're like fuck, like you'll be falling down all the time.
Fuck yeah. Yeah, school days, man. Fuck, there's some like funny times down there. We just see like just the randomest things like that probably wouldn't even stick these days. Like, do you remember we did fucking fishing for sport? Like, is that even like we got away with murder? Just fucking doing
crab wars. That's all it was.
Yeah, we even did that at St. Peter's.
Dude, was it you that we locked in the fucking drain tunnel down at the wharf? Remember there was the stormwater outlet? You crawled up there?
I don't remember that.
Fuck, I don't know,
It sounds like something I did.
Get stuck.
He says, I don't remember, and his eye was just twitching by.
Twitching.
Like, no, I don't. And then his jaw's like...
Repressed memory unlocked.
Dude, but it was like, because like I remember hearing that like all the shit that you guys got away with, and then you and I did fishing for like 5 terms in a row. Like they were like, you're not meant to do it 2 terms in a row, and you and I
that. Bang, fishing.
Just rock up like at the end of sport with a kebab and shit. It's like, where have you been? I was getting my lunch.
I heard the Kobi used to throw like, I'm black, I'm going fishing, bitch.
Kobi'd go fishing instead of math. Like,
but I think it even got to the stage where I wasn't even bringing fishing gear. That's how I was still going.
You're still catching more fish than the white fellas with no nothing there.
You got a hand line and you go down and see Uncle John at bloody Swan Steakway there. Yeah, bloody hell.
But like, dude, it was the thing of like, remember they tried to ban the hand line so like you won't catch shit.
Yeah.
So then it was like, I remember like fucking like a few of my mates rocked up and like had the full argument with the teachers that ran it, and they're like, no, all right, well if you catch something, then we'll let you fucking bring them. So they all sat there and the conclusion at the end of it was, nah, handline's still good. This is just a shit spot for fishing, because it was like it was just at the tourist spot for fishing. They're like, we can see you all here, boys. Like that would be right.
Except if it was behind the hospital, you know, then it was just like.
Dude, that's where I smoked my first diary, was fishing down there behind the hospital.
My first joint. That's where I think I fucking got drunk the first time. You know.
Yeah, I remember.
We got Porky.
Yeah.
He was off his head and he was talking to trees and shit. You know? It's like, oh yeah, he goes, oh yeah, I got this good green, you know, like bang, he's there smoking it and stuff. Next minute he's talking to trees and thinking there's elf men in trees. And just crazy shit.
Even the booze, man, you'd fucking like, you just get someone with like a bottle of Jim Beam or something, scull like as much LA Ice as you could, the cola, and then just fill it up with bourbon. And then you fucking Porky, or any of the fellas like Crookie and that, everyone are just, these are nicknames, not actual names.
Not actual names.
That's his legal name, Crookie. The Crookie Monster.
The Crookie Monster. That Cookie was taken.
For legal reasons.
For legal reasons. It's the Crookie Monster.
I did that.
No, we're just that old. It was actually with the Sesame Street character before he was famous.
Yeah.
Back when he was in fucking Maria High School in the Y class.
Dude, he was such a fucking unit, but remember, like, I'd be hanging out waiting to get shit off him, man. I'd be like there all morning, like waiting, like get there super early, wait, skip deer, skip first period, just be waiting for him, and I'd just be like, oh, cunt's not coming in today. He'd rock up the next day and be like, what happened? Like, where the fuck were you yesterday? You've got some shit for me. And he'd be like, oh, sorry, mate. Remember the brass tips on the end of the fucking, like, garden hoses. They're fucking the trigger ones.
Yeah.
He took one of them off and turned it into a party cone. And he was just like, oh, sorry, man, sometimes I whip out the party cone and pull one of them before school. And like Porky was saying, he'd just pass out on the front lawn. The bus would roll up and stop in front of his joint and he'd just be passed out on the lawn.
Dead body there.
Porky said that like there was so many mornings that like the bus would just roll up, the door would open, everyone would just look out the side and just be like, oh fuck, and then the door would just close and the bus would drive off.
Fucking Porky getting Nam flashbacks when you mentioned the bus.
Oh, yeah. Porky, man, he was crazy. I remember he was that hard up once, so he used a cigar for spin once. And they went over there. Do you remember in English? And he's sitting there in English, and he just went white and then just spewed all over the desk.
Yeah,
all on the floor.
So,
so
we were...
cigar for spin,
We were in the Grandies that fucking... There was a time smoking durries in the Grandies before fucking school.
Yeah, before asbestos.
When there was that burnt hole in the fucking thing, there was like a match or like a crack den under the fucking grandstands. You remember that shit? Fucking, we were there.
Crack
I missed
den,
it.
Fucking sex den. You
wouldn't
want to hit it with a black light.
Yeah,
You'd get severe backlash. You'd be like, goddamn.
You look like a Pollock paint.
Yeah, well, fucking Pollock paint. Dude, got shit on Pollock.
We were up in the Grandies and Porky's just like, oh, I don't have any spinner, and I was like a stingy cunt with my ciggies. And I was like, well, you can't have any of mine, cunt. So he's just like, oh, I'm gonna...
White Oxford days, bro.
Yeah, dude, it probably would have been at that time too. And fucking... he's just like, oh,
no filter, bros.
He's like, I'll use this cigar then, and even at the time, like even Crookie was just like, that's a bad idea, man. And like he's just like, nah, it's gonna be mad, man. It's gonna be like a little fucking spliff lad, but in a cone.
Can't get tobacco, but just. Fuck yeah, I've got a cigar. Let's
get
this. You know, like the posh man smoke. You know what I mean? Like it's like, oh, I can't
dude,
get
the
it.
best thing was...
Yeah, because we had to get... Remember fucking Milps, dude?
Yeah, bro.
Fucking Milps. We had to fucking get that dude to do a mission to fucking go get all this stuff, and he did it the sketchiest way because everyone knew him in town, knew that he didn't obviously smoke cigars.
Kruggy was the only lad I knew that used to go up the block, and he'd come out, unmugged.
Dude, I used to send the Sheilas in. Like I had a couple of the girls in my year were like, oh, like, what do you want? I'm going up the block. Like, do you want to come with me? I'm like, no, because I want to make it to next period. But here's my money. Just bring me my shit back, man.
Some mad moles.
They're now the lads that like live in the block. Like,
they service the block.
Yeah, they service the block.
Wait, that's the thing, man. Like, you get...
My sister used to live in the block.
we all been there, man.
That was the best time.
In the block, not your sister, dude. Don't
If you have, like, well done. You know, she's a bit of a fucking unit. But anyway.
Fuck yeah, man. Yeah, I remember... I'll tell you a Kruggy story. So, when I first moved to Canberra... you'd see someone that you'd be like, oi, mad, that's like the Canberra version of that cunt from down the coast.
Yeah.
And I was walking through Belco Mall one morning. It's like fucking Saturday morning. Fucking like 9 o'clock, dude. And Crookie walks up, and I'm thinking to myself, fuck yeah, it's like the Canberra version of Crookie. And then he just goes... What's going on, man? And I'm fucking like, oh shit, it's actually
actually the Kobi monster, yeah.
He comes over to me, it's like busy as fuck Saturday morning. Like, that mall don't get as busy as it used to when I first moved here. It sort of died off a bit. But when I first moved to Canberra, Belco Mall was the fucking shit.
Yeah.
Like, there'd be just shoulder to shoulder right through. Especially Friday night for late shopping, man. You'd go in there, they'd have Flipside there, you'd look for all the CDs and shit, like get mad albums and stuff, remember? All the
Flipside was awesome.
Yeah, we'd spend there. There'd be some chick there with dreadlocks that dad didn't hug her, and you'd fucking give her money for the CDs. And she'd ask you about, like...
Just the CD?
Yeah. Well, she wasn't in the block that week, so...
Oh, shit.
Just the CD chick.
Having a rest.
Yeah.
Sanity.
Old sanity days. Yeah.
So I'm walking through, and I've got a bag from Flipside, like one of the their little plastic bags, and Crookie's with his mum, and his mum's just like awkwardly standing there, like fucking like like on the nod, lad. Just like fucking, he's trying to like, I'm not gonna say actually on the nod, but just like she was just like over it, like she's just trying to go. And Crookie's like trying to, like, he's mad cunt, he's trying to like hold the conversation. He's like actually keen on talking to me, and I'm just kind of keen to just be like, oh man, I'll fucking let you go, man. Like, it looks like you've got stuff on, sort of thing. And just when we were about to wrap up, he just points down at the bag, and he just goes, "What'd you get, man?" And I'm like, "Oh, I got the Family Guy Star Wars set, like all 3 of them." I'm like, "Yeah, Flipside Man." I'm like, Flipside Man, I got all 3 for $9.
Blue Harvest.
Yeah.
Shit.
I go, yeah, I got all 3. Like, and he's just like hell, just like, oh yeah, man, fucking cool. And then I just go, yeah, I got all 3. And he's like, oh fuck yeah, sick. And then I just go, for $9. And Belco Mall, shoulder to shoulder, he just goes, fuck yeah, man, that shit is gangster. And everyone's like looking around, like, what the fuck was that dude yelling? And I'm just like, yeah, fuck. Alright, man, we'll fucking.
It was crazy, eh? Like, Kobi was. He didn't fit the character type, eh?
Yeah. Fuck no, dude.
Like, you thought he was just you thought he'd be like a country bumpkin,
dude.
like 6 foot tall at like year 7.
Dude, he looks like the fucking O'Doyle rules cut from fucking dude. He was, because he had the 50 cent flatback. Remember that 50 cent flatback that you had that you brought off Porky, but Crookie tried it for a while first.
Yeah, but it was like size 8, man. So the cunt used to just sit on top of his head. Just sit on top. Dude, I'm pretty sure the only cunt that could buy that was one of those like fucking pinhead cunts or something. Like, I'd have to go to like a kindergarten and be like, "Would you like 50 cent, man?" Like,
yeah, dude. It was just like.
They can only count to 10. I'm already trying to upgrade them to 50.
Yeah, or Snodbush,
Fuck, we're trying not to mention names. It's like, alright, there's one cunt with a small head. Let's just let that one slide.
Snodbush. Wait, I seen him not too long ago, dude.
He looks exactly the same.
Exactly the fucking same, dude. And he's still hanging out with the same cunt that was kicking around with back in high school. He walked into work. Fucking... Doan McDonald, fucking,
without mentioning names.
He walks in. I was just like, "Oi, what's going on, man?" And then I was just like, "I wonder if he's still." And then he walked in. I was just like, "What's going on, lad?"
Didn't he have that friend who he had a tiny head? His friend had a fucking massive head.
Yeah. The other fucking Lynchy lad was fucking.
He was like my older retarded brother.
His head was like fucking this big.
Dude, he fucking when the first kitchen I worked in, them lads worked up the back that's scary. Fucking Tweedledee and Tweedledum, man. Lynch lad, fucking the only shirt they had left was like 2 sizes too small black polo that they gave him when he started.
So barely fit over his head.
But he just never upgraded it. He just never upgraded it.
Every shirt he had, the neck was all stretched out. By the time he got it over, it just looked like a V-neck, but it wasn't meant to be. It looked like a Jedi sleeve, by the time he put it over his head.
Like one of those worn-out elastics, all wavy and shit.
Looked like a crinkle-cut chip.
Dude.
Bless his soul.
Which is funny because you look like a potato.
Oh shit.
Yeah, fuck.
Yeah, fuck.
Speaking of Doan McDonald, his little brother, Jack, remember when you pushed him down the stairs in primary school?
No. Oh, wait.
Selective memory from Jack? It's like selective.
He just doesn't remember all the people he gave concussion to.
It's a long fucking list.
I don't think I got the concussion. I think
it's a long list. I've been in a lot of.
I don't recall that.
I don't recall.
All right, I've been in a lot of fights.
Jack's been holding the deneuralizer the wrong way.
Oh yeah. He's older brother.
Bang.
Younger brother.
Older. Rowan.
You probably put him all down the fucking.
Darwin.
He was in the year above me. 50. And one time, remember there was the all boys class?
Yeah, that was 3P, bros, in primary school.
Wait, but they had the girls on the other side of the line?
Yeah, 3P.
The big
that was a
teacher.
shit class because, you'd be like, yeah, next minute, and then they'd be like, oh, right, you're doing the what was that bloody window we used to do? Remember, you used to just pick random people out to do the old and they'd give you the handballs and stuff out, and we'd have to keep record of it.
Oh yeah, the sports shed.
The sports,
the
sports
shed,
yeah.
So
remember hall monitors?
Oh,
Remember
no.
the mediators.
PKs.
Yeah. You suck the teacher's dick, so fuck off.
I was a peacekeeper. I got the sash and everything.
Do you want to hear my fucking story about when I first moved to Moria? And they're like, "Do you want to be a peacekeeper?" And I was like, "Yeah, fuck, all right, then I'll take some authority, dude."
And old mate Blacking was fucking...
Yeah. All right, we won't name names, but let's just say his name was Wark Mighting. It literally comes up to me.
Or dark blacking.
Literally comes up to me and he's just like, "Oi, so you scored the peacekeeping job?" "Yeah, I've been doing it for a while." Literally said these words to me.
He was like a 100-year-old man, eh?
Yeah,
He's done everything, at like at 12.
Yeah. Literally comes up to me. He's just like, "Never met him before. All right, yeah, just sign your name down there. You'll be on patrol with me. Just stick with me, kid. You'll be all right." Actually said that.
You'll make it out alive.
Dude, roughest
for a fucking, like, essentially a hall monitor.
Yeah.
Roughest fucking cunt. I seen him not too long ago either. He come in and I was just like, "Oh, hey man, what's going on?" He's just like, "Oh, I know you." And I was just like, "Oh man, remember we used to play golf, man?" And like everyone, like every now and again, someone's old man would rock up and fucking play around with him. And his old man would come in.
Caddy for him.
Yeah, just like watching, just like fucking watching one dude just dirt past, and then like fucking 20 years in the future, the other lad would dirt past. Like, we watch him walk over the hill coming up over Murray Street there.
Yeah.
His old man tripped over a rock and just like kept walking,
like,
and then 5 seconds later, the kid like just like he tripped over the same fucking rock. Dude, they come into work and I was just like chatting to him and shit, man. It was almost like fucking the other two cunts that come in. I was just like, I wonder if he still hangs out with his old man. And then like I looked in the line behind him and his old man was just sitting there like fucking with like two of the same products but like different brands, just like. Like fucking like ketchuping, like he's like, and then
ketchup and master food.
He's just like fucking just brought them both anyway. I'm like, you realise these are the same products, dude? Like
Mr. Burns and the Simpsons,
he's like
ketchup and catsup.
I don't even care mentioning this name. This is an actual name which I can't really fucking like.
You've already sized it up. You know you're going to win the fight, so you're going to drop the name anyway.
Yeah. No, I can't win this fight. But, do you remember fucking the Transylvanian Deaf Machine fucking substitute teacher?
Yes.
Mrs.
Fucking Jobs, lad.
There he is. So Wark Mighting used to work at Golo.
He did in the Bay.
In Batemans Bay. And just before we left on Friday, this is no shit. Mrs. Jobs used to always, like, I remember once we just didn't want to do school, so we just said, "Oi, miss, do you reckon Dracula's real?" And she fucking
ranted on about it.
Because she's from fucking
Transylvania.
She was like,
"How dare you!"
The original Thunberg, how dare you! Literally, you're like, "Oh, miss, I reckon Dracula's not real," and she would like have to take a minute to compose herself, be like,
"That's it,
dude." She was always complaining about like when she was 15, she was working in the fucking
salt mines,
in the mines, and in the fucking power plant. What's the power plant? Radioactive power plant.
Yeah.
The nuclear power plant. She's like, You guys got so lucky. Settled down when I was your age. I was working in the nuclear power plants. And all
You
this
reckon that's
shit.
bad? My sister works in the block.
bitch. We had some mad crackhead teachers at that.
Oh, dude.
But even
So just on Friday before we leave,
You had some mad
before we leave.
Said some proper drunks.
Yeah. Before we,
Mr. E, fucking love that guy.
Before we leave for Friday, she literally says, says to fucking Mighting, will you be at supermarket on weekend? And he's like, yeah. And she's just like, I will do my shopping on Saturday.
Yeah.
And then I said to him, I was just like, what's she mean? And he goes, dude, she doesn't know that there's a Woolworths around the corner, so she does all of her grocery shopping at Golo. Her like weekly supplies. She'll get like a fucking 24 pack of those little fucking pub squashes and her like drinks for the week.
Yeah, and for anyone that doesn't know what Golo is, it's like the original reject shop.
It's go low, buy low, fucking
it was the fucking dude, I'll go to you one step better. Remember Franklin's?
It's like a supermarket for poor people.
I shopped at Franklin's.
Franklin's was a superstore.
Dude,
Superstore
it was
Franklin's.
But
everything
their
was black and
go-to
gold.
slogan was no thrills, and their mascot was a fucking red sock puppet.
Was Franklin's the one that had like the little cafe?
Back in like they fucking all did, but like so Franklin's would generally roll into town, open up in like a shopping centre, and have like a cafe and like shit, and they're generally like some like sort of like cheap clothing store attached to it and everything. Like they had like all in one.
Yeah, you gotta love Franklin's. You're sitting there having a fucking pie and a coffee, and you look over and there's some cunt just with his trolley just walking past you, like, there you go. Because it wasn't like a separate thing. The cafe was just in the supermarket.
In the superstore.
Aisle 11.
Alright, so
which is like nowadays that's the most hipster shit I've ever fucking heard.
You want bleach, you got to go down past the cafe, you'll say hello to Greg, and then keep going, you know.
Grab yourself, aisle 9's cleaning products, aisle 10 is fucking laundry, aisle 11 is a cafe. They got wood pies.
And there was nothing in there, but it was everything was just black and gold on the shelf.
Everything was just
black and gold.
It was like a simulation of a fucking supermarket.
The black and gold pizza was pretty fire though.
When you jazz it up, it was like 80 cents or whatever. It was just jazz it up.
Good.
Yeah, bit of Devon, bit of tomato sauce, cheese.
Extra sauce, extra Devon.
But girls out there, Jack's single, and black and gold pizza is a fire for him. So fucking
with a bit of Devon and some cheese in your fire.
Black and gold pizza and LAIS, bro.
Fuck me. LAIS, you made
No, remember just the home brand cola. It was just cola. They wouldn't even put the
I remember the cola.
Home brand cola.
Yeah, 80 cents a bottle.
Yeah, 80 cents a bottle. Yeah, or whatever it was.
Yeah, well, that's after I paid for everything.
Probably why I was like 100 kilos of friggin' 17.
After you paid for all the fucking pizza and that, there wasn't a lot of budget left over for drinks.
Talking about pizza, do you remember the old school in Maria Pedro's Pizza?
Wait, fucking Uncle Pedro's, man. Dude,
you just be out the front smoking a dart.
The bloke who used to run it started with a P, and he every time he delivered a pizza, he'd come on inside, bring the pizza inside, bring that party pizza. Bring that barbecue chicken and half supreme.
Oh, that barbecue chicken is so good.
The square pizza was the thing, eh? Like the party pizza was the thing of Maria.
Pizza.
Maria was famous for square pizza, square pies, and some fucking strange square people.
I'll go you fucking one better, man. Uncle P, we used to go from the Monty, because we used to fucking go from the Monty to Pedro's, get a pizza, and then we would pay him delivery fee to drive us home to South, because it was $15 to Southhead delivery, or it was like a $30 taxi. So he would just run us home. He'd let us drink beers in the car and smoke in there as well.
Dude, that's sick.
That laugh, the laugh and the mustache. He had that cackle, but like it was good. Like where else? That was like Kobe and I were talking about the other week. So it's like whenever there was a birthday or something like special going on, it was just like, righto, here we go. Party size pizza from Pedro's.
Which was as big as the box.
Yeah,
it was just a square as big as the box.
That's like a pizza box, and it was to the edge. And it was either barbie chicken, meat lovers, or supreme.
The barbecue chicken was so good. I loved it. I loved it.
And then you get the middle one.
And you get like that in quarters, man. You get that party pizza in like quarters. It was
it was. But it was the shit, and that was like that was Pedro's pizza.
That was liver mad, that and a trip to fucking the network video in the corner that was like
Top video.
Top,
no,
Civic. Lloyd's. That, like that, and the fucking trip there, and your weekend was fucking set, man. If you got Pedro's and fucking got to, and they had the 12 fucking movie deal in there, dude, with a fucking 2 overnighters and a fucking
2 overnighters and 3 weeklies.
It was like a rare version of Video Easy, but it was just ran by like brothers.
Lloyd's is gone now.
Do you remember Top Video?
Yeah, completely gone.
Were you in
Video?
Marie when Top Video was there?
Yeah, up on the main street. It was
on the main
street.
street.
I still got, and it's through Jack and fucking Walk Mighting. He bought it originally and then gave it to Jack, and then Jack gave it to me.
Bought or actually like Maria bought, just like bought, hired it and never returned it.
Permanently borrowed it.
Lad's still got a pending fine there.
I'm pretty sure my mum still has like $500 in late fees to Lloyd's.
No, man. Store's closed. I'm never going to get it.
That's probably why they went out of business.
Yeah, dude, you single-handedly shut down Lloyd's.
Fucking late fees.
That wraps up the podcast. We ran a bit longer on this one, but hopefully anyone that's still listening knows what's up and knows that it's just a party cast and fucking everyone's invited. So, cheers everyone for listening. If you've made it this far, I'm assuming there's only fucking maybe 2 of you that are still listening at this point. Because it got all fucking got off its hinges, and it's funny because that means not even all of us will listen to this. But yeah, fucking we got a lot of local references and fucking around, but hopefully it just felt like you're sitting down watching a bunch of lads having a chat, just having a couple of drinks and having a fucking chat. So cheers for everyone for listening in. This is episode 110. Wrapping up the last. It's officially after 12, so it is the day of my wedding. So soon we will be.
Big congratulations, my man.
Yep. Soon we'll be fucking on the other side of it. So thanks everyone for listening, and hello to me in 10 years' time when you fucking listen back to this. Hopefully you still got your beard. Hopefully you still got your facial beard as well as your missus. And hello to everyone from the fucking wedding party to see if I actually got a good night's sleep or if I stayed up and fucking pissed on with all the boys.
Fucking hello to us in 10 years now if we were all still fucking kicking about the place together.
Yeah. Maybe we should make this a fucking like a fucking reoccurring thing.
10 years.
Every 10 years we'll meet up and do another one.
Fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah. We'll get the lads on the next one.
Night before the wedding anniversary. It's the podcast anniversary.
Wedding anniversary. Yeah. We're going to do a podcast. Like 10 years. You're worried about it running long now. Shit, 10 years, man. We'll be here talking for fucking days.
Exactly. It's still going. Yeah. But this is episode 110. Be back here again in 10 years to do the second episode.
For the podcast anniversary.
Cheers. Peace.
Don't buy me a drink. Just name names. Yeah, right. Big time. Fucking thrown out a strip club with your floppy disk.
Yeah, you got a big beard, dude.
Shame for shit all day.
Me and my best friend, Marky Worthington.
Keep it simple. Count your money.
That they're not proud of.
Just give me $10.
All right.
Click.
Did you hang up?
No, I just said click.